Hello and welcome back. Today I want to talk a little bit about something that we all have in common, that unites us as a species, and that is children. Those little miracles of life that come to us, that are small and that are perfect, and that coo and smile and fart and piss and shit and spit up and make our lives worth living. We all either have been one, of course, or know somebody that has one, or have some ourselves. Children. They go from being absolutely perfect to getting to the terrible twos where they're just running around. They're pulling stuff down. They're putting anything and everything in their mouth. They're taking your shiny car keys and hiding them. To fast forward to a very short time to when they're 12 to 13 to 14. And then that perfect little thing is screaming at the top of its lungs, "I fucking hate you." Fast forward to a few more short years to 16, 17, and 18, when now they're so much smarter than you are. They're an adult. They don't have to listen to you anymore. They don't want to listen to you anymore. And then we fast forward a little bit further to when they finally become actual adults, 20, 21. And you spend your time planning. You drive home from out of town or from work on their birthday. You got the little present, got a small little cake, and they don't even show up. And then that is when you start to think of when you're actually going to cut the cord. They want to be adults. They want to do things on their own, and they're going to make the mistakes. They're going to make the same mistakes you and I did. Are they worse mistakes? Hopefully not. But they're going to make the mistakes. And it doesn't matter. Your parents, your mom, your dad, aunt, uncle, whoever told you the same thing that you're telling them. Hey, I've done this, I've lived this life. You're making a mistake, and here's why. And they didn't listen, and neither did we. Because we were so much smarter when we were 18, 19, 20, early 20s. So when is it that you actually cut the cord? I mean, and I'm not saying you just, grab a kid by the shirt collar and the hind haunches and throw them into shark-infested water. But there's got to be a time where you've got to let them live their life. They've got to be responsible for the actions that they take. Whether the mistakes are small or whether the mistakes start to get big. You cannot teach a child how to swim in the kiddie pool. Eventually, you've got to throw them in the deep end. And every time he has a strong... And it's the thing about it is they want nothing to do with you until something happens. Until they get into trouble. And then they want to come running back They want to jump back on the tit. They want to climb back into the womb. They want mommy to make it all better. Well, mom and dads, eventually it's got to stop. And it's a hard thing to do. Sometimes you just, you want to protect them, and you don't want them to fall off, and you don't want them to fall down and scrape their knees and this, and this. But, eventually, how long of an umbilical cord do you want to have? And it's easy to be outside of the box and see other people, and oh man, I would never let my kid do that to me, and I would, do this and I'd do that. But when it comes to our own kids, we tend to want to shelter them and protect them and keep them from harm. So the question of the day is, are you helping your children or are you hindering them? Because eventually they're going to have to do it on their own. One day they will have to do it on their own. And if you've got boys, no girl wants to marry a mama's boy. And of course, no man wants to marry a woman that's a daddy's girl. Or have, that type of thing. So, that's the question of the day. Are you helping your children or are you actually hindering them? How long is the umbilical cord? And when is the perfect time to cut it? If you like this video, smash that like button. And if you don't like it, you can hit the dislike button. But please subscribe if you like it, and even if you don't. And leave a comments down below. Talk to you later.